Alright, so today I'm back with another Blue Lock leak video, and today we will go over chapter 316. Now I'm actually not going to spoil anything, but just know that this is one of the most insane chapters yet, but I don't want to say too much, so you will just have to sit back and watch to find out what happens. Anyway, before jumping into it, please leave a like and a comment, and with that out of the way, let's get into it. Also, if you want to check out the leaks for yourself, then I will put a link down in the comments where you can look at them. So now let's get into the leaks. Alright, so we start off with the text saying, two Bachiras move to break down Nigeria's stronghold. And after that, we obviously see both Reo and Bachira actually steamrolling through a Nigerian defender, with Reo completely copying Bachira, and the defender is just left speechless. After that, Reo passes to the real Bachira, who just smirks while saying a devil emoji. I guess that he got inspired by both Shidu and Charles. Anyway, we see him doing some crazy fast scissors, like these are truly crazy. But just then, two defenders start running towards him. However, Bachira is just built different, so he uses the same move he used to get towards the goal with him kicking the ball over himself. But this time he sent it to Reo, who was hiding behind the defender, and he traps it flawlessly. We then see Kuso, who actually looks lost as he says that the real Bachira and a combination play with a copy of Bachira. He says that he can't respond to that suddenly, and that this kind of data is a styleless play. He calls it the freedom and technical, with Bachira embodying freedom and Reo technical, of course. And while he says that, Bachira and Reo continue to break through their defenders, and Oboabona says that they should foul them if it's necessary. And Bello says alright. We then see Isagi coming on their side and telling them that he is there and that they can pass. However, it's not only Isagi, as just then Rin also appears on their right side. So now they have Bachira, Reo, Isagi, and Rin all coming towards the goal. Kuso then once again looks over at this and says that from here, the double aces will break through the pass selection, calling it a seamless change in attacking variations. He knows very well that there are too many options for him to be worried about, and he looks at Reo as he wonders just what they will decide to do next and what their play is. However, he quickly just says that Blue Lock is way too unpredictable to think about that. After that, Reo looks so insanely cool as he actually copies the future #1 striker, Chigiri, and he goes into his Panther mode. Kuso sees this and quickly understands that Reo isn't going to pass, but that he is creating a shooting lane with this moment. We then see Reo, or I should rather say Chigiri, as he has completely gone into his Chigiri mode, and he then sends away the shot towards the goal, calling it the red sniper. Now both Oboabona and Bello tried to stop him. However, let's be honest, the Nigerian team hasn't done anything, so like always, they didn't do anything here either. The ball even curves around Kuso, who looks at it closely and says that it's too insane and way too crazy. He honestly looks scared, which I mean, he should do, as they are getting cooked. Anyway, do you think that the goalkeeper saved the goal well? No, of course not, as Rio's shot goes flawlessly into the goal and gives Blue Lock their second win, and Kuso finally realizes how truly strong Blue Lock is. We then see Reo, who looks so insanely cool as he says that this is a win on his own, finally getting out of that mindset that he needs Nagi, as we saw right now, that he definitely doesn't need. Anyway, we then get to the commentators, who say that it's Reo, and that recreating that cut-in shot from Chigiri in the Neo Egoist League, a mid-range blast right after the goal, Japan pulls away 2-0. We then get to Chigiri, who just laughs and asks what this is. After that, we get to the Nigerian team side, where Bello says that Japan is pretty strong. Oboabona says that they are going to lose at this point, and adds on by saying that this is the world's wall. But just then, Onazi comes by and says that it all sounds good. He says that they will smash all that to pieces and that they have made it this far. Kuso just looks to him and says his name. Meanwhile, Onazi continues and says that they are connected through football, and he then smiles as he says that they are a family, right? And not any family, but the strongest in the world. And after that, we get into their flashback where we see them as children. Hey, it's Natsu mid-editing here, and I just wanted to pause the video to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, and while you're already down there, why not leave a like as well? We see Oboabona and Bello having fun and playing football together, but Kuso spots Onazi sitting alone, so he goes towards him. He tells Onazi that ever since he got here, he hasn't gotten along with anyone. Kuso tells him that being alone forever isn't fun, and he then asks Onazi if he wants to play soccer together. However, he just looks with a mean expression towards Kuso. Kuso tells him that his parents are gone, which is why the people here are like his family. Onazi is still sitting by himself, silent, which makes Kuso mad as he calls him boring, and he throws a football at him and tells him goodbye. As he is walking away, He tells Onazi to just go live a lonely life. But as he continues to walk away, he suddenly gets the football thrown at the back of his head. He looks back and sees a really mad-looking Onazi who says that he doesn't want it and that he doesn't want something like that. He then screams over and over that he isn't lonely. After that, he starts to run with all that he can outside. He has the football at his feet and goes to both Oboabona and Bello. Both of them are just as surprised as the other, and they ask him what's up with him and if he is picking a fight. But that's when Onazi starts dribbling with the football. But that's not all, as he then goes right behind them and he is able to completely embarrass them. And Kuso just looks at this going down in total disbelief as he asks Onazi what his name is. After that, Onazi steps on Obobona's face, which makes him bleed, which honestly was a bit mean, but whatever. Anyway, Onazi then goes and scores the goal. He then looks back, and he firstly looks sad, but as he sees all of them rushing towards him and looking super happy, his eyes suddenly get wider, and he looks kind of happy. After that, we finally get back into the fiery game where we see Onazi putting the ball down, and he says that they just need to believe in him, as it's okay because he is there. Which, yeah, I'm not too sure how long he can keep getting away with saying that, as they are currently losing pretty hard. And just then, something like that happens as Isagi speaks up and tells Onazi that they are not okay, and that standing before them right now is Isagi, as he says that he is here. And in this panel, Isagi's aura is overflowing. Meanwhile, Onazi looks annoyed that he basically just took his slogan, but the ending text says, "Blue Lock's Demon King stands in the way. Japan's ego is bottomless." After that, we see that there's no break next week, thankfully, and that the next chapter will be called Please Take Care Of, which I'm not too sure what it could mean. It could be Kuso telling his team to please take care of Isagi, but let me know what you think down in the comments. Now let's talk about what it was that just happened, and just how insane this truly is. As Reo finally got himself a wonder goal. Now he did also get one in the Manshine City game. However, this one is just on another level. Like he firstly just became another Bachira, and with the original they went and completely crushed the Nigerian team, before he then copied Chigiri and legit scored a super goal. But honestly, it's a bit more special than that purely because it's Reo and it's him fighting without Nagi, which I love to see. The two of them can be deadly together. However, it's also important to be able to play on your own, which Reo has showed us as he legit cooked. Like when I can show the full chapter, then you will see how actually insane it looks. Also, it looked a bit more sick, purely because it was a copy of Chigiri. Now I might have trash-talked the Nigerian team a bit in this video. However, they have actually been so bad and just gotten steamrolled by Blue Lock. Also, I have been getting a bit annoyed at Kuso because I saw a comment saying that Kuso talks so much and yet does nothing, which is just so true. Like, I understand that he might not be able to do so much, but for the last 3 chapters, he has just said that Blue Lock is strong and explained their plays while just sitting at the sideline and watching it go down. Now lastly, let's go over to Onazi. Like, it was obvious that they were going to get a power-up, and I guess that it's happening now. However, I'm gonna be real. But I'm not excited about it, like at all. For me, I personally think that I already wants to get into the other games, as I have never been super excited over this game in particular. Now why, you may ask? Well, to be honest, it's because they don't have a new Generation 11. Now I understand that the author probably wants to build up hype towards them. However, when we know that Blue Lock has other games in the group stage against new Generation 11 players, then it's like a bit mid being stuck here. However, if that's just me, then that's fine. But let me know what you think about this. And if you have any excitement for this game left, not to mention what you think is going to happen now that Onazi has awakened. Will he score a bunch of goals, or just get shut down right away? Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.